Hello everybody! So I found a great place to set up my camera so you can actually see some of me that is not just my lovely face. Sarcasm in every way, shape, and form. But anyways, it's lovely to see you all back here, and unfortunately October has been very busy for me and I haven't had a lot of time to put up a lot of content. I have several other videos created, but they're not voiced over, just the video itself is put together. So hopefully we'll be seeing that fairly soon. Hopefully. Life has just kind of gotten all kinds of in the way, and unfortunately I feel like I'm getting sick, so hopefully that's not the case. I'm going to try and nip it in the bud before that happens, but you know, life happens. So what I figured I would do is I actually completed Inktober this year, which makes me incredibly happy because last year I missed the last 2 days and it sucked. So I have these blank spots in my sketchbook because of the way I set it up. So I store all of my Inktobers in my sketchbook because I give myself a limit on size. So I take about 1/4 of a sheet of printer paper, there we go. And so I take a sheet of printer paper, I cut it into fourths, and I use that as my parameter so I don't go overboard. I don't try to create something that I can't get finished in, you know, the time frame that I have available to me. I also tend to limit my supplies to what I consider office supplies. So I have 2 sets of random Crayola colored pencils of different kinds, some Sharpie markers, some highlighters. The only thing I add in there is a drawing pencil, which is just a 0.5 lead, you know, a mechanical pencil, and a kneaded eraser and a fine liner, a couple different fine liners. But I carry those around with me pretty much at all times because I do. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Feels like I'm getting sick, and hopefully that's not happening. We're gonna try and get that taken care of. But so I'm gonna take you on a trip through my drawings themselves and how I loaded them into my sketchbook. Because last year I dedicated a page in the same sketchbook to every drawing. This year, because I started off with a bigger parameter that year and went to a smaller one. I'll probably do a video on that at some other time when I do like a trip through my whole sketchbook or something like that. I don't know. We'll see if that actually happens. But, so I will take you on a trip through those pages of my sketchbook to see how they are, because they're not all necessarily in order, but they're all labeled, and I really like the drawings that I created this year, which is awesome because for a while there I really hated everything I was making. Because it happens, you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't create anything. And I have gone through a couple periods of that in the last couple of years, so I'm really happy to be back being myself and being happy with myself and being happy with my artwork. And when I'm happy, I create more. And in all honesty, later this evening, I am going to make myself a set of horns for my Halloween costume, because I did do a couple of Inktobers in advance, because otherwise I will never get them done. I just don't have that kind of time to do one every day. I just don't. Especially this October, I haven't had time to do anything. But, so let's take a trip through the sketchbook. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Okay, so this is my sketchbook. It's a fairly little one that I carry around pretty much everywhere I go. There we go. And see, it's not a very big sketchbook. So for Inktober, I give myself a set size that I want to do, which is 1/4 of a sheet of printer paper, which I think I've already said that. But
so that way I don't go overboard and get into stuff that I can't complete, because I want to complete Inktober. So let's get started. So this is how I've been kind of laying them out. Most of this was done with fine liners, Crayola colored pencils, highlighters, and a couple of Sharpies, like random Sharpies, because it's just stuff that I happen to have on hand. These are not my good art supplies or anything like that. So I was trying to do a black hole for ring. It turned out okay. This one is mindless. I love this one for bait, because I love anglerfish. They're creepy, they're cool, and he's just fine liner and a little bit of highlighters. I had a hard time with freeze, and I live in the desert, so I did a melting ice cube. So I start with 1/4 of a sheet of paper, and some of them get cut smaller, like this one and this one. This one's almost full size, not quite. I cut off some of the edges because they were torn and kind of ugly. And then they're not all 100% in order. So like this is 5, this is 6, 7, 8, because that's how they fit. But for build, I did Tetris blocks, a corn husk doll who's witchy. I like her a lot. And this one I did a little bit. So for frail, I did a spider web and an orb weaver, but it's hard to see, but I cut her out of a second sheet of paper and glued her on there. You can kind of see her edges. I like that one a lot. Enchanted mushrooms, or magic mushrooms. And for swing, just a garden swing. And then snow. I love this one for snow because he's creepy, but he's cute. And for pattern for the 10th, like I said, they don't go entirely in order. I did light patterns. And then for dragon, I haven't drawn dragons in a long time, so this made me quite happy. I love the way he turned out. I love the way he looks. Like, I'm super happy with that one. He's one of my favorites from Inktober this year. And then for Ash, I did a volcano. And then for Overgrown and Legend, I did the Sword in the Stone, but like nobody's ever actually pulled it out of the stone. And then the Other Mother from Coraline. And this was an ornament. It started as an ornamental chili plant, and I don't know, turned into this. And then an albino avocado. I don't know if that's what an actual avocado from an albino tree looks like. I know this is what an albino avocado plant looks like. I don't know. Can the fruit be albino? I don't know. For Sling, I really wanted to draw a bat, so I tried to make his wing look like a sling a little bit. I love him too. He's one of my other favorites. And then Tread is a black goat's hoof on red chrysanthemums. Treasure, I had a little bit of a struggle with, but I treasure books, so I did that with some witchy things. For Ghost, the first thing I thought of, I think because I did the Tetris blocks, were Pac-Man ghosts. So I drew Pac-Man ghosts. And then Ancient is another dragon. And then for Dizzy, and I love this one. So for Tasty, it's a bat going to eat a black widow. And again, up close you can see I cut both of them out and did a sheet of black paper. I mean, I colored it black and stuck them to it. I really like the way that one turned out. And this one didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped because I had really limited supplies that day. But for Dark, I did Looking Out of a Cave. And it's got texture you can't really see, but you can feel, and it's really cool. And then for coat, we did a kitty. Look at her in her fancy coat. I know, bad joke. Ride is an alien riding a shooting star. I live near Roswell. How could I not? And a few months ago, I found a wolf spider that was missing a leg. And for injured, I decided to draw his picture. Exaggerated a little bit, of course, but I like that one a lot. And then for caught is more spiders. So a moth caught in a spider's web. And then the last one is really, really simple. It's just an itty bitty pumpkin with an itty bitty spider on it. Happy Halloween, and I shall see you soon with another video. And this is all of them. And that's it. We'll see you for the next video. Bye.